Here's the truth that Newcastle fans don't want to hear. Alexander Isak just proved he made the right choice by joining Liverpool, and his recent comments reveal there's much more to this controversial transfer story than meets the eye. The Swedish striker finally broke his silence after months of speculation, making his debut appearance since May when he stepped onto the pitch for Sweden's national team. But this wasn't just any ordinary return to action. This marked Isak's first time wearing his country's colors as officially confirmed Liverpool player, following his massive £125 million deadline day move from Newcastle United. For those who might be wondering about the timeline here, Isak hadn't kicked a ball competitively since the final match of last season back in May. That's nearly 4 months without any game time, which makes his substitute appearance against Kosovo in Sweden's World Cup qualifying match all the more significant. He replaced Anthony Elanga with just 18 minutes remaining on the clock, but those brief minutes on the pitch carried enormous weight. But here's where it gets controversial, and this is the part most people miss about high-profile transfers like this one. Speaking to reporters from Fotbollskanalen in the mixed zone after Sweden's surprising 2-0 defeat to Kosovo, Isak dropped what might be the most intriguing comment of his entire transfer saga. When pressed about the circumstances surrounding his departure from St. James's Park, the 25-year-old forward made it crystal clear that the public narrative doesn't tell the complete story. Listen, it is what it is. Isak explained with a tone that suggested there's much more beneath the surface. Not everyone has the full picture of what really happened, but that's a conversation for another time. Now, doesn't that make you wonder what really went down behind closed doors? This statement is particularly fascinating because it directly contradicts much of what Newcastle supporters and certain media outlets have been saying about his exit. The transfer wasn't exactly smooth sailing. In fact, it was riddled with controversy that had fans and pundits alike questioning Isak's motives and methods. Here's what makes this even more interesting. Despite the disappointment of Sweden's unexpected loss, Isak couldn't hide his excitement about his new chapter at Anfield. Right now, yes, there's disappointment about how this match played out, he admitted, but there's also this incredibly positive feeling about what's coming next with my new club. I'm genuinely happy to be a Liverpool player. This is exactly what I wanted. And this is where things get really intriguing for Liverpool fans. Even in his limited 20-minute cameo against Kosovo, Isak showed glimpses of why Jurgen Klopp's successor was willing to break the bank for his services. One moment in particular stood out. An absolutely brilliant first touch from a perfectly weighted through ball that created a golden scoring opportunity, only to be expertly denied by Kosovo goalkeeper Arjanit Muric. Now you might be wondering why Isak only played about 20 minutes if he's supposedly match fit. Here's the insider detail most reports missed. Sweden's coaching staff had predetermined that since he hadn't featured in their opening fixture against Slovenia, which ended in a 2-2 draw, they would carefully manage his minutes to avoid any risk of injury or overexertion. But here's what's really got people talking, and frankly, it's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to address directly. When confronted about the intense backlash he received from Newcastle supporters and sections of the media during his prolonged exit saga, Isak's response was both diplomatic and revealing. "Look, that's just part and parcel of this sport," he stated matter-of-factly. "There are so many things completely outside my control as a player." Then came the statement that's sure to reignite the debate. "I'm just relieved that everything is finally settled and I can concentrate purely on my football with my new club. There will definitely be an appropriate time and place to discuss everything that happened, but I can tell you right now that not everything that's been reported has been accurate. In fact, not much of it has been true at all." Now that's a bombshell waiting to explode, isn't it? Isak continued with what might be interpreted as a subtle dig at his critics. But timing is everything in football and in life. Right now, my energy and focus are completely devoted to representing my national team and dealing with the disappointment of tonight's result. That's simply part of what we do as professional footballers. He concluded with a statement that's bound to frustrate Newcastle fans even further. "I can't control every single thing that gets said or written about me in the press or on social media. What I can control is my performance on the pitch, and I'm absolutely thrilled that I'm now a Liverpool player. This move represents exactly what I've been working toward." For Liverpool supporters, this integration period will be crucial. Having a player who's been out of competitive action for several months means the coaching staff will need to carefully manage his return to peak fitness while building chemistry with his new teammates. But here's the million-pound question that's going to divide opinion. Was Isak justified in his approach to leaving Newcastle, or did he handle the situation poorly? And more importantly, what exactly is he referring to when he claims not much of the reporting has been accurate? What do you think? Did Alexander Isak have every right to pursue his dream move to Liverpool, regardless of how Newcastle fans felt about it? Or should players show more loyalty to clubs that gave them opportunities? And what secrets might he be hiding about the real story behind this transfer? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whether you're Team Isak or Team Newcastle, this debate is far from over.